Hi ladies and gents, this is Constance with Charming Custom Crafts here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it. So I know that a couple of you I've been talking about my Brother Scanncut machine. There are some videos out there, but I think sometimes that even what little out there can be very confusing. Actually, I got a bunch of stuff on my desk that I've been trying to clean up from all the other lessons and teaching you how to be able to get back to a lot of it. So I wanted to share what the Brother Scanncut is. It was the CHA big thing like 2 years ago. I got several CHA things that I will eventually show you guys what I swear by. But the Brother Scanncut, it not just only, it scans. I mean, it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It scans. I got rid of my Silhouette, my Cricut. I did get rid of my Sizzix roller, but I do have a e-bosser, and I'll get to that and explain that eventually in another video. So what I have here is a Brother Scanncut. So it sees it, scans it, cuts it, and creates it. My personal one is, I believe, the 350 or the 400. The only difference really between the 350 and like 500, I think, I don't know, I don't remember. This is the 350. The 500 basically just is more in line to do with more fabric cutting. This thing does cut fabric. So I'm extremely impressed with that. So that's one of the greatest things that I will tell you about this machine. So I have to take my phone off. Actually, I'm going to try to scoot my lamp over, because I think you're going to like this. I got all my stuff here on the table. So I have it up on my bar because I don't have an actual craft area anymore. So that is my Brother Scanncut. This is like the greatest machine ever made for doing any kind of thing that you want. It does, by the way, it does cut. I'm going to turn this a little bit better. So I'm going to be turning you around because I want you to be able to see some of this. I'm going to see if it does any better with the light off. This thing is amazing. I just cannot speak of it enough. Hopefully I got a better light on it now. So it does scan. I always leave my sticker on it so you can clearly read. If you can't read it, I'll read it to you. The light's on it. It says it enhances, it does color recognize, so you can scan in pictures. A lot of times people don't talk about that. It stands for, I have over 600 designs on this one, 7 different fonts. The 500 has more, but it really isn't worth that extra money unless you are a sewer. And yet you can still do a lot of that thing, a lot of those things on this. It creates one-of-kind paper crafts. And if you guys got to see, I like warm hugs. And I have done a couple other things that I've been pushing, doing more of with my Scanncut. I took an image, and I'm going to show you this. It's got a large screen up here. You guys can see it. This is the large screen here. Okay, it's very easy to work. I had the Gypsy, I had the Cricut, I had the Silhouette, but I cannot stress, honestly, how badass this machine is. So it does have a computer connection. I got the 350 because it's wireless. So my computer's over there, and every week or every couple of weeks, the Brother site, once you log in with your card, because you have to get the card, sometimes it'll come with a card, will give you downloads, and you can separate them all out and wireless it over, or you can use a USB adapter and just, take it from your computer back and forth. I got the wireless one because I am more computer generated person, so I'm going to actually turn this on so you guys can see it. It's a pretty easy machine, and I'm going to share this video first before I show you a project with it, because I want you guys to see this machine. Now this is just an example of pre-built that they have on here, and it shows you just like any other machine. You can roll it in, and you can actually, the cool thing about this, you can actually sign your own name to a piece of paper, scan it in, and it will actually cut your signature. I can't stress you guys, the die cutting machines are going out. They're going to go out eventually because of this machine. And I believe, and I'm really proud of Brother, because Brother is a huge competition market. And I was so happy when this came out, and I said, oh, well, if I get rid of, and I was getting rid of my machine at the time. And I thought, well, I told everybody when I'm ready, I was going to buy me that brand new Brother Scanncut, which I'm glad I did wait, because I'm always about liking to wait so that the kinks and things are always out of them. Plus they get to update some of their stuff, and it's awesome. I believe Betsy was asking me about this because she decided to order one, because I've been briefly talking about this. When I show you this machine, those who have the Cricut or the Silhouette, you're gonna, I mean, it's got some features from that, but I guarantee you when I start showing you this, that either you will update your machine and get this, or you will go get this if you haven't already bought one. I love this machine. Now, it comes with, I can't find it for the life of me. It comes with like, well, actually, you don't even need it. It does come with a little spatula, and I don't know where I put it. Never know around here. But you just go to, this is just stuff that scrolls through that gives you that, and you just go to the home screen. The carriage mat is not on, so I'm just going to hit OK. So it just lined it up. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, so if you want to go to already scanned in pictures or already built-in font and shapes, you just hit the pattern. And then you got to decide on what you want. These are the basic shapes, and it has all of these, and you're just going to, I'm going to keep scrolling so you guys can see. These are all the basic shapes. The greatest thing about this is you can size them however you want. I mean, there's an egg shape. I mean, I went looking for the Sizzix. I think it's Sizzix or Spellbinder. This is one of the hardest ones to actually find. I mean, you get all these shapes. I mean, you can even look at this right off the back that it reminds me of a raccoon face. You put little eyes off the back. So you could already start looking at this stuff and going, oh, wow, I can come up with this. I could do that. And it's raining again. Telling you, we stopped that big old rainstorm. Damn, tropical storm calling. Anyway, so you get all of these designs. Here's the pinwheel. I mean, it's already built in. And then you're going to go to some of the irregular shapes as you go down. Now, the greatest thing about that, now those are just the basic shapes. And then you have the borders here. And there's 3 right there. There's 11 scrolls on this. So, I mean, I have the Creative Memories wave, the 2 different waves. We all have dies. We all have punches. This is the coolest thing ever. It's got some built into it. These are built in. This is, and I know I bought some like this, and it was, I actually have some. If you guys ever want me to pull that out, I actually have some, but that's not from this company. It was from another company. Weirdly, I have them. And, I mean, it's got the vines, the birds, the leaves, you know, butterflies. And I know you all know about the Martha Stewart punch like that. There's also a Fisker one like that. So, I mean, there's the teddy bears. I mean, you could always cut them apart. The waves, the grass, this is great. You can use those for gears if you wanted to on those flowers. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. These are built in, and again, you can put your own. It even has the dash in here in the straight line that it'll cut or just put into your paper. Depends on how you want to do it. And then again, they have the zigzags or however you want to do it. They have so many options. Now, that's just in borders. Now, if you get to this, it's going to be like flowers and holidays. So, I mean, if you go to these are the basic designs, how they have it set up in categories. I cannot stress this. I know that they have videos out there that I think a lot of people have been requesting more and more videos from the company, and I don't think they're doing enough fast enough for people, because it's become an intrigued machine by those who already have machines. So I'm going to get a chance to, I'm going to show you as I'm doing what I've already done, and as I'm learning, I want to show you. And I know Betsy said she's getting one. She's doing to get one like this coming week. I got this one for my birthday in January, and I have been absolutely in love since, though I have got a little distracted with my D-stashes. So I'm going to go to something real simple. Let's go to where the dog and the butterfly is. You just click on that, and there's a whole bunch more. You get the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, couple fish, a whale, a dolphin. You get the seal. I mean, you get all of these already built in. And then you're going to get all of those. That's just with under that one icon. Now that was with the dog and the butterfly, and of course you go to the apple. It's going to give you those shapes and designs. Now I wouldn't worry about the different layers, because it's actually going to give you the different layers. Now that's the greatest thing with the built-ins. Now you can also buy them. They have buy cards with key codes that you can get for sewing, but with all these basic shapes you really don't need it. I mean, if you're into sewing, plus this thing's amazing. I cannot stress how amazing this machine is. And again, you can go to any of those, and I will go to a pattern yet so you guys can see it. Now that was under the apple and donut, and here's under the star. Was that the star? This is under Saturn and the flower there. So you get all of these. You get the snowflake, you get the flowers, the stars, you get Earth, the sun. I mean, look at these. You get the basic shapes you need for everyday usage for paper crafting or multimedia. Then you're going to go back, and this should be, of course, the 12 signs, birth signs. So it's out there. It's just pouring out of the blue. It rained and then stopped. And then you go to the house, and you go to the clock, and it has those shapes in there. Now, again, if it's different color, you're going to see the different patterns, and I will show you that here in a minute. I know that they have people that are teaching this or showing this, but it doesn't go down to the detail on everything that I think that's not being shown as much as I think it should be. And then there's the purse on that one. Now the greatest thing about a lot of these, you can actually make them three-dimensional once you get really good, and I think I already showed that one. And then there's the car and the boat, and you get these basic shapes here. And again, you can make them and size them however you want. And then here's for sports and everyday items. So you guys can see it, and you just use your finger. It's just like it's a straight up touch screen. So you have those, and then you have some holiday ones. These are obviously like Christmas, and it starts into Halloween and Easter and wedding. And then there's baby stuff. I mean, y'all know, and I have dies with this on it. I kid you not, I have paid $12 for these dies. $12. Now, I'll be honest, and I'll tell you how much I paid for the machine. I paid $350 for the machine, and my card actually came with it. Actually, no, I bought my card separately. It was $50 for the activation card. Some of the times the card does come with it. They actually reflect it in the price. But you guys think about this. Now, just looking at those shapes, I have a die with that one, that one, that one, this one, and this one. And probably cost me $10 to $14 a piece. And if you look at just those 6, say 10 bucks a piece, that's $60 just in those 6 shapes. So this is really an investment machine that I will clearly tell you from having the other machines. This thing is worth the money. I should be on one of the sales shows, right? Like HSN and stuff. But I'm just telling you from my experience. And then you just go from the flurries and the crown, and then you get the different crown. And I don't have to tell you guys how much you've paid for those shapes. I don't have to tell you. It's expensive for the dies. I mean, this machine, I have the e-bosser and I have all these dies. As I get more in depth into my machine, I'm probably going to sell all of them. I'm not going to need it. And I'll get to show you more of that. You guys are going to be like, damn, woman. And then, of course, you got your frames and tags here. And then, look, you even got your albums. These are the greatest things, I'm telling you. I mean, even some of the other shapes that there is, even if you wanted to do an album with a frame, you could just do it the size that you want and then just not take out the center. It's a little complicated, but it's not complicated. And we'll get to that as I teach in more lessons here. So this is just the most wonderful thing in the world, and I'm over the moon. Look, you can get the teddy bear face, you can put a picture in and the rabbit ears. So I think I got to almost, and these are cool because I'm going to tell you what. If you go back to the video on the scrapbooking layout from, it's Disney I Like Warm Hugs with Olaf from Frozen, you'll see a lot of these things out here that people are selling that are already made, and just the silhouette concept to it, and they're selling between $8 and $20 a piece. I can tell you right now, I took that image, and if you go back and look at it, which I highly recommend, it's only like a couple days ago with this video, go by the dates. I printed it off. I kid you not. I printed it off, I scanned it in, and I cut it. It was that easy. I kid you not. It was that easy. So, I mean, you can hit on any of these. I mean, here, if you look really close, and I don't know if I can pull any closer. Here we go. If you look at the top, these already have the photo corners in it. It's got the etching for an envelope, and it's got the three-dimensional pop here. And then here's a three-dimensional house. So, I mean, you get all of these built in. So I wanted to, let me pull the screen back down here. So, I mean, these go back, sorry, I'm shaking it, sorry. Now, that's just the images that are built in. It gets even better. I said I had 7 built-in fonts. There are 6 of those right there. And then there's that one. So I have 7 alphas. I can mix and match them by chance if I go in here, and I'll get to that, and I'll show you how to make them as we get further in depth into it. One of the things I want to show is the easiest thing right off the back. I mean, you could do, there's like 2 very easy lessons, and I will get to those. This is just introduction to the Brother Scanncut, and it doesn't matter which machine, they are amazing. It just depends on what you're looking for. Now, the greatest thing about this, if you are a crafter and you are a quilter, so this is the greatest thing right here. Here are built-in patterns. Like I said, there is a USB that you can order that has more patterns, but the famous thing about this is you're not going to need it. You can make your own and cut it out on the fabric, on the mat. It's a special mat that you need. It's a very sticky mat, and then you have to, it's a little more complicated, but not really. For the fabric quilters, it's more up their line anyway. So it just how in depth that you want to go into this machine and what area you want to go. Me is just simple. One of the things I could tell you from having the Cricut is I ended up with, honest to God, almost 200, or actually I had over 200 cartridges. Now it's become where it's online and you still buy cartridges, but it gets still very confusing. You have to go into the machine. Now there's those patterns, and yes, you have to go in the machine, but you don't have to use a computer with this. It's already its own computer. And since I've already started talking about that, I said that I would go in and show you, I think these are just basic shapes. Let's take something fairly easy. Let's take the circle. Now if you look here, you can size the circle. Right now it is not even 4 inches, just shy of 4 inches. And it's set up for where there's only one. Now obviously you can flip it back and forth, you can turn it, you can slide it, but it's a circle, so we don't need to worry about that. If we were to cut just a basic circle, which I will get in lesson 1, and I'll get to that tomorrow, but I wanted to give you the introduction to this machine, and of course you can go up, and because it's a circle, it's going to go up this way. Now if you wanted more than one, you're going to get more than one, and it will actually put it on the screen. So I'm just going to go down to 2, and we're going to make this up to 4 inches, which you guys know, just like your cutting mats or your self-healing mats, the squares all equal, you know, 4 squares, 4 square. Of the little ones, which are 1/4 inch, will make an inch. So you're going to be able to see that. So if I show you the set, I just did 4 inches, and I did 2 of them. That's exactly what I did. You guys just saw me do it. And I can move this anywhere I want. It is awesome. This is just by basic shapes, because we all know that cutting mats tend to do better, and tend to do better in the middle, especially after long-term use. So if you go to this, you now have them equally spread apart, though it kind of looks like boobies. I know it sounds bad. I'm telling you, I don't even know what's on my mind. But if you look at it, they're perfectly centered. You can actually overlap them. You could do whatever you can move it, and here's the thing. I want to show you this. Now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go, I think it's this button. Nope. I'm still learning here, so it's down to 20. Now see, this is where the thing is, you can move it. It'll go back and forth between the two if you don't want to use your fingers. And you can now, you can put them together. That gets into a little more. You can actually merge them if you want. This is how you can unmerge and merge. And then again, you can change it where there's 2 on there now, and there's 3, and if I hit OK now, there's 2 more, because I took only 1 image. Yeah. I took only 1 image and I touched it. When you touch 2, then it'll only do 1 or 2. So that's just a simple explanation here. It's very easy machine. So I just wanted to introduce you to the Brother Scanncut. That was that part. You want to cancel those patterns. Now, here's the great thing. I'll get to that, but I do have some built-in patterns, and if you guys saw my spare me turkeys layout, that was actually done on my machine. I kid you not. All the bowling pins were done on my machine. And I'm going to go to where my saved data is. This is stuff that I've been scanning in. Now this is from the computer. That's from a USB port. And of course this is what's already built into the machine. You don't need a computer. Now I've already scanned in a lot of these images that you're seeing here. Those I'll have to get into another time. But I want to show you, oh, the paper that I sold, the little doll paper, that's what this is. I want to show you that. Look at all the little images, and I'm going to get to that in a lesson you guys are going to be so happy about. I'm telling you, that lesson, every woman out there that has die cut, stamps, images, you're going to love this machine, and I cannot stress that, because you are no longer going to need, you're not going to need the dies. Even if you just buy the stamps, and I'm going to tell you, you're not going to even need that. And that's just, I'm going to get to my experience on a lot of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I scanned in, and I will get to a lesson 1 on showing you a couple. There might be lesson 2. But this will actually show you, that's the image that I scanned in, and it's just the outside of it. And then all I did is I moved it, I sized it. Actually, I'd have to, if I hit OK, then I can move it anywhere I want, any place I want, and then I'll have to go in and change the sizes. So if I go back and I say OK, go back. And oh, the other thing I didn't tell you, it draws. This is the greatest I have. I wonder if I have them out here. Maybe I'll have to get that out. Oh no, I have it. Now it does come with the standard blade holder. That's the greatest thing. So you can pull from data. And then of course, yes, you can also just scan in. You can direct cut, you can scan and then cut, which will save it, and then you can scan straight into your USB, which is a little port either on the back or directly connected. Now I want to show you something very quickly. Now I'll get to that. Trust me, ladies, you're going to want to know about that. So with my machine here, when you open it, I'm going to push down something here. When you open it, of course, and I always keep it covered because of the dust, this has, now if I hit, now if I put the paper in here, it's going to stick right into it, just like any other machine. And if you want, I'll show you real quick. I'll show you real quick here. I'm going to leave the cover on it because I just want to give you an example. Cover on my mat. I want to buy another mat. I just bought this one. And I'm missing my re-sticky stuff because they took it off the market. I was hoping they were going to rebrand it. So again, when you, and it's got these dots. Here's the greatest thing. It has these dots on both sides. Now it doesn't matter whether you put it in on this side or on this side. It's these dots that it actually lines up with. So when you put this in, and all you simply do is you go back up here. You see this button here. It's going to pull it in. And it just did it. It just lined it completely up. Now I'm going to undo it because I have the cover on it. This is just a basic mat. It is 12 by 12. 12 by 12 by 12. And it's just a basic mat. And I'll show you. It's just a basic mat, just like any other machine that's out there. They all have their own mats. Now there's 3 different kinds of mats, just so you guys know that. There is the basic, there's the medium tack, and of course there is the high tack, which is something you'd want to use on obviously like fabric, 2 other things. But it comes with a standard blade. Let me go back to that. It comes with the standard blade, and you just pull that up and you can pull it out. And the greatest thing is you don't have to set anything. You can just set the depth of it just by this. That's great. It's got it's got the needle down in here, and then you just change out the blade if you want. Now I haven't used it yet, but I do know how to use it because I've used other machines. It comes with 2 pens. It comes with 2 black pens, which are archival ink. They are permanent ink, which if you guys do dies, do dies and stamps, when I get to it and I show you this, you're going to be like, damn, how'd you die? You know, it's great. It comes with a basic pen holder that they have. They have just 2 blacks, and then they come in color as well. You'll get like 2 of the blacks and the pack that comes with it. And then you can buy just the black, which I know I'm going to fly through the back. But then you have your basic colors here, which of course they blend them for you, which is the greatest machine ever. But on the other hand, to cover my own butt, because I have markers. I have Copic, I have Prismacolor, which is my favorite. I also have Spectrum Noir, and I bought a bunch of those. Sorry about shaking. I bought a bunch of those recently because when I travel, go to Disney, I wanted something to do. So one of the greatest things I love about this machine is it has the universal pen holder, which means you could put, as long as it's not square, as long as it's circle, you can put anything in it. You can use a regular pen, you can put a gel pen in it, and it will scan it for you, or it will print just with your marker. So that's one of the greatest things I wanted to share with you. So, I mean, it's amazing. It comes with all these other parts, but it's not really something I wanted to emphasize on. It's not a big deal. So I will get to the next lesson, which is very simple. It's going to be taking the shape and cutting it just from the machine itself. And when we get to the machine itself, I know I'm in the kitchen, and sorry about that, but that's all I have right now. So I'll get to where all you're going to be able to use just to start with is the basic shapes. And then I'll do a basic scan in, and you're going to be like, whoa. And I'm telling you, this is just the intro to my machine, and one of the biggest tools. If you're gonna invest, don't go that way, because I went that way, and it got very expensive when you have to cost and money. I also got the jewel kit, which I could go and use my velvet, and I can cut out little pieces. And if you guys haven't seen it, maybe I'll get to that and I'll teach on that too. It's amazing. You could do vinyl, you could do chip, you could do all kinds of paper, though I personally don't recommend thin paper on any of the machines because it will tear or cut your mat. That's from personal experience. Cardstock is what I tell you to use, and depending on if you want the deep setting blade, even for this machine, do different depths of chipboard to fabric. So that is my intro to my machine. I will get into everything else later. But I wanted to share this with you first. I said I was going to do this, and I'm super excited about this machine. I have been enjoying it, and I haven't even got seriously in depth with it because I have to organize my stuff, and I'm working on it, but I also have house cleaning to do. So I've been behind because of all these stashes, and that means I'm anal. I got to get to where I'm scrubbing my floor, by hand, because it's been a while. So I just wanted to introduce the machine because I know Betsy was asking me about it, and I know a lot of you are going, well, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Or there's some videos out there, but there's very little videos on this machine. I don't see where they have a lot, and then some of the women just don't continue on with it. This is why I'm actually going to teach as I go on how to use a machine, and then you're going to be like, I think it's time to upgrade. Don't upgrade your Silhouette. Don't upgrade your Cricut. Buy this machine. And you'll see why. If you're debating, just wait and watch me as I show this. This is just the greatest thing. Again, it also scans in your pictures. Scans your pictures for you. So why put it to the printer and to scan it there or buy a photo scanner, which I actually have a photo scanner. I have just a little photo scanner. I have a quick paper scanner, and then I have my printer with a scanner on it. I have a 4-in-1, which I'll get to that too. It's wireless, so we're going to have a little fun in lesson 2. But in lesson 1, I'm going to get to tomorrow. But I wanted to introduce you to this machine. There is so much more. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up here, comments below, or email me at charmingcustomcrafts@yahoo.com. Or don't hesitate. Go to the Brother website and go check out all the information they have on it. But I'm going to just put this right here. This is the Scanncut CM350. Now there's several different ones, but I wanted you guys to see, and I always keep this on. I always keep the stickers on. I'm trying to cover it to where you can see. So it's pretty big, and I'm going to tell you right now, the screen is much bigger than the Gypsy. I had a really hard time with that. Now if you don't want to use your finger, you can obviously use a stylus. I have plenty of them. If anybody wants an extra, I'll throw them in the mail. These are just basic. I like the rubber tip rather than the plastic, but they do have one. I don't know what happened to it. There's a spot in the back for it, but I don't know what I did with it. I'm telling you, it's around my kitchen, so it's probably down here and around my side here. But it does come with a spatula, and it does come, and the machine is just so good. I can't even tell you guys. Again, this is just for maintenance stuff that there is. Just, I never really had a whole lot of problem. You can go in and change a whole bunch of that, but that's something I wouldn't worry about right now. When you get a new machine, there shouldn't be any problems. You shouldn't even have to worry about that. All you need is the start, turn on, home, and this is to set up your machine, or set up your mat, and this is to scan or cut. 4 buttons will be your favorite thing. And I know one of the things with Cricut, and Silhouette was always different. It was never like that. But the Cricut always had the mats, or always had the keypads. And now they have a universal one. You could throw that out the window, ladies. And I know some of you are confused on the computer. You're not going to have to worry about it. And I'm telling you, you're going to do a little jiggity dance with me when I start showing you this. And you're going to be like, I got to buy one. I'm not even telling. I got this for my birthday. I begged for it for 3 months. I had been wanting this machine for 2 years, and after 2 years, and this is right after I got rid of my Cricut, and I was just like, I want that. I told my husband, I want that. I told him for 2 years, and they didn't know what to buy me for my birthday. I was like, I know exactly what y'all can buy me. You could all split up the money. I don't care. I want the Brother Scanncut. and you're gonna find out why. Feel free to look around YouTube and look at some of the videos, but I'm telling you, they show you, but they don't really get into showing you step by step, very easy, because a lot of people are intimidated by machines. But I can tell you right now, you do not have to be intimidated by this machine. Go on eBay, pick you one up to start with. You can find some of them, even if they're the older machines for like $100 and some bucks, start with that one. If you're looking and you're a little afraid to buy a machine, just start with the older ones, because they're great machines. And the one thing that I can tell you that Cricut doesn't do and Silhouette doesn't is Brother backs their machines. They back them, they fix them, and there are stores guarantee within an hour for most of you that you're not going to have a problem taking it to, and they can fix it. I had problems. I know there's a lot of people had problems, even with the Tim Holtz electric cutter. They didn't have it very long, and it would break something inside, and they don't cover it. And that's the thing that I can tell you. Brother is a trusted name brand. And Brother doesn't make anything they don't back. And you guys know that from printers to cameras to scanners to sewing machines. They are the bomb. So if you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to comment below. Come see me on my Facebook page. Hit me up on my Instagram. And again, email me at charmingcustomcrafts@yahoo.com and do a little research, because I'm going to actually show you as I go through and do little things as I'm working on projects. So when I'm doing lessons, I'm going to be doing lessons in between with this machine. So I want you guys to enjoy this machine as much as I do. So I hope you do. Let me know what you think so far on this machine below. I'll see you next time here on Charming Custom Crafts here on YouTube. Bye, guys.